Alright squad, welcome to the video that I've been waiting to make for the whole year of 2023. This is my 2023 book wrapped. So welcome to my little corner of the world. I completed 25 books this year, which was my goal, and I'm gonna walk you through them. So let's go. Okay, so we're gonna start with 1,000 Heartbeats by Sierra Cass. Oh, also, I have my computer here because I have all of my notes and my ratings and whatnot. I gave this a 4-star. Sierra Cass wrote the Selection series, which I could not love anymore. And all I'm saying, girlie knows what she's doing. Love, 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 love it. It's a very good, just happy, no-brainer read in the best way. Mwah. Beautiful. Then, they both die at the end. I gave this one 5 stars. This was my first 5-star read of the year. And oh my gosh. Heartbreaking and yet so comforting at the same time. I was screaming at this book in the car with my family. Mwah. Beautiful. Then I read The Great Gatsby. Can we take a second to appreciate this gorgeous cover? Because it is beautiful. I may get some hate for this one. I gave this book 2 stars. It was hard for me to read. I liked the concept, and there were chapters that I really liked. It just didn't hold me. Sorry. Little Women. I did love this book. However, I gave it 3 stars because it took me so long to read. It was another one that was it was just hard for me to keep reading it. It's good, love it. Just, it was a hard read for me. I could talk about this book for a century. I really could. I gave this 5 stars. I love this book. I'm obsessed with it. I talk about it all the freaking time. I love it. Mwah, mwah, mwah. This is my baby. I protect it with my life. Okay, I also read Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I don't have it with me because I gave it a 5-star. And I needed my best friend to read it, so Ainsley has it. But I finished that book in a day. That was my first, book that I read in a day, of the year. Loved it. Beautiful. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You need to read it. Things We Never Got Over. So good. This book was so good. I was walking and reading it at the same time on the sidewalk and almost walked into a car. I cannot recommend this book enough. I love this book. I give this one 4 stars. If you have not read this book, you are missing out. I did not expect to give a Colleen Hoover book 5 stars. I have opinions, but that's none of my business. This book is insane. Here we go. I read it in one day, okay? All of my friends were sitting and watching me read this book because of how enthralled and reactive I was to how crazy this book is. I read it in a day, and everyone kept looking at me after I finished it and said, "What happened?" And I looked at them, and I still, to this day, would say the same thing. I honestly have no idea. This book will blow your mind and cause you to rethink your whole life in a good way. There you go. All right. Oh, hold on. Pause. I read It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I gave it a 3. I will say this book did redeem the impending sense of doom that the first book gave me. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. This book is brilliant. The formatting is so unique and added so much to the story. Like, I didn't think I was gonna love this book as much as I did. It was great. Book lovers. This one got a 5-star for me. This is one of my favorite books in the entire world that I have ever read in my whole life, and I don't think that would change. I have never felt more seen by a book than I did in this book. If you have not read it, if you hear one thing I say in this whole video, if you have not read this book, you need to read this book. Okay. Things We Hide from the Light, the second book in the Nautical Mountain series. I did love this book. I gave it a 3 just because I liked the first one better. But still really good. I love the cover. I love the cover art for this series. It's just so pretty. I did love it so much. Okay. Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I read this virtually. I give this one a 1-star. The concept of this book is really off-putting, personally. Didn't like it. I'm not a fan of it. Great. Then I read Beach Read, which I also don't have because I brought a friend's copy. Beach Read, I gave 4 stars. I love it. It showed all parts of life and love, and Emily Henry is my fave. That's what you need to know. Oh my gosh, I skipped a very important one. Anonymous Girl. I read Anonymous Girl before Beach Read. This book is insane. Truly insane. This book was freaking nuts. That was my note. That was my note on my reading log. This book is freaking nuts. I normally am not the biggest fan of like mystery thriller types. Like, I like cute little love stories. This book had me enthralled. Loved it. Loved it. 4 stars. Okay, then I read Beach Read. Then I read Good Girl Complex on Kindle. I didn't like it. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't my fave. Then Carrie Soto is back. I started this book because of the Taylor Jenkins Reid book, and I am obsessed with Daisy Jones and the Six. And I actually ended up loving it a lot more than I thought. Like, I've never played tennis once in my life. Good book. I give this one 3 stars. Another Emily Henry. People I Meet on Vacation. I give this one 4 stars. So cute. Loved getting to travel all over the world in this book. Just love it. Beautiful. Everything I needed it to be. Happy Place. I loved this book. I gave it a 5-star. It's a gorgeous picture of the beauty of broken people. I will treasure this book and protect it forever. I gave it 5 stars. I think I said that. I don't know if I did. Whatever. I was so anxious to read this book. I bought the hardcover. I don't love hardcover books, but for Emily Henry, I need these books as soon as they come out. ASAP. Okay, there we go. The Unhoneymooners. I bought this book because Christina Lauren is the same author that wrote Love in Other Words, which I loved. What did I think about this one? Oh, this one is 4 stars. Loved it. Another book that I read in a day. So great. I honestly, like, this book, loved it. So cute. It's great. Okay, somewhere in here, I started reading The Fortnight in September. I was dragging myself through the first chapter. I did not make it past the second chapter. I'm someone, as you can see, that reads books in a day. It took me 2 days to read 2 chapters of this book before I gave up. I was not a fan of this book. I did not finish it. This is the only book that I started that I did not finish. Because one thing about me, I hate leaving things unfinished. This one, I could not drag myself through. Sorry. It just wasn't my thing. The Midnight Library. What did I give this one? I give this one a 4 stars. I loved this book. There was no BSing, like, anywhere. But yet, I felt so hopeful when it finished. Like, when I finished it, I was full of hope. I loved it. Great read. Okay. Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. If you haven't read this book, you should. I gave this one a 4 stars. I love it. The writing in it is just beautiful, gorgeous. Like, it's hilarious, truthful, and just, so good. Read it. I thought that I was obsessed with Daisy Jones and the Six. And I still am. And then I read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. 5 stars. My jaw was on the floor. This book is a work of art. I am obsessed. I will never stop talking about this book. Never. Never, ever, ever. If you hear me stop talking about it, I'm dead. Loved it. Things We Left Behind, the 3rd book of the Knockleband series. I give this one a 4 stars. I was gifted this for Christmas by one of my best friends, and it was one of the best gifts I received because this book was everything I wanted and needed to close out this series. I am someone that I always find myself, like, after I finish books, wishing that I could see, like, what the happy couple's life is like. This series gave that to me, while also keeping me intrigued in new stories. They continued, like, Lucy Score did a beautiful job of continuing the stories that I was already attached to, while also building on to the attachment. I love this series so much. Okay, then I read An Abundance of Catherines by John Green. So cute. I love this book. I gave it a 4 stars. Not gonna lie, I love the math in it. It's such a wholesome and heartwarming read. Like, this just made me so happy. Love it. Alright, and then the last book that I read of 2023 was Call Me By Your Name. I gave this one a 3 stars. I really liked it. It was a little slow moving at times, which is why I gave it a 3, but it was good. So, there you have it. My 2023 book wrapped. Those are all of the books that I read and my thoughts, in case you wanted to hear them. That's all. Okay, bye.